Hi, I'm Jacqueline and welcome to Thomas Beauty Studio for the Mature Woman. Today's video, I'm excited to be bringing to you some beauty hacks or makeup tips. So I have 8 of them for you. If you want to see my makeup tips and beauty hacks, I hope you stay tuned. Okay, I'm excited to show you these hacks that I have been using for a while now. I consider hacks tips, or you can consider it whatever you like, hacks or tips. But anyway, I have 8 hacks or tips for you today, and I hope you enjoy them. And what I'm going to do is, just to let you know, I have done all my makeup on this side of my face. So what I'm going to do is apply the hacks and tips to this side of my face. So I'm hoping not to take too long to show you this, so I just want to get started. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you is for women who have fair hair, blonde hair, platinum hair, or even silver gray hair like I have through my side here. So before I put my makeup on, it drives me crazy if I ever get foundation into the hairline, so I really don't like that. So what I'm going to do is I have some medical grade tape here, and I like to take just enough to go along the side of my hairline. So I'm going to just put it along the side here. I'm just going to move into my mirror here. So I just cover the edge right there, and I have it just coming out a little bit off the hairline because you can always blend it in with your sponge. Okay, so that's one tip. So you could use this tape and do your hairline before you apply your foundation. It works really good. All right, the next tip I have for you, number 2, is mixing your primer, and I have an e.l.f. primer here, with your foundation. And today I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear foundation, and this is in NW18. So I like the color match to me on this one, that's why I'm going to use this today. So what I do is I take the primer, actually, you know what, I'm going to mix the foundation on my hand first. So I'm going to put a little bit of that on my hand. And as you can see, just a dab there, and a little tiny bit of primer. And I'm going to mix them both together. Take my little brush here, and I'm going to mix them both on my back of my hand. It looks like I might have to add a little bit more. So I'm going to add a little bit more foundation. I think I have enough primer. So the primer is silicone, and a lot of foundations are silicone based. So I would strictly use the primer, silicone primer, with the silicone based foundation. So what I've done is I've mixed the two together here. And because I have the tape on, I don't really have to worry about getting it on my hair. So I'm just going to apply, get my hair out of the way there, like so. Half of my chin here, and under my nose. And I find it goes on really smooth. It does thin out your foundation a little bit. So, you know, if you have a full coverage, it will thin out that, or medium coverage, it'll thin it out a little bit. And then I'm just going to pat that in. I'm not going to do a full face of makeup here. I just wanted to show you these tips, and then I'll go off camera and finish the makeup look, because I'm not going to do a whole eye look or anything like that today. And then just bring it down your neck. And when you feel it, it feels so nice and smooth and dewy, actually. And I've tried it, I've used it a few times, and it does help your foundation stay on a little longer, and I just like the texture. Anyway, it saves you a little bit of time if you want to mix the two together, as opposed to putting the primer on first and then your foundation. All right, so the next one I'm going to do is what I use quite often is I add my gel to my eyebrow gel to my eyebrows first before I put any makeup on. And the reason I do that is because it helps your shadow or pencil, whatever you're using, stay in your eyebrow longer. So I have the Benefit 24 hour I'll put the name of everything down below for you because I can't remember the name of this, but it is a Benefit gel, and it lasts really long on the eyebrows. So I'm just going to add my gel, and then you can feel it just a little bit tacky. So then after that, what I do is I take my shadow. If you use pencil, that's fine too. But I have my shadows, and these are the different colors I have in here from MAC I use for my eyebrows. And I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil, and I'm going to put my shadows right in. Now I'm going to go a little darker than I normally do because I want to show you something else for another hack. But anyway, I'm going to put this in. And as you can see how dark, I don't usually go that dark. This one here is a little more muted. And just brush that into my brows. And it lasts all day long. It doesn't move. I'm just going to get my little spoolie here, run it through it. So that's a great tip for you if you want your eyebrow makeup to stay and last all day long. Now, if you have another tip, I think this would be number 4 is the next one, and it's adding translucent powder. If you have put too much darkness into your brow and you don't want to have to remove it all and you want to lighten it up just a little bit, what you can do is take a little bit of translucent powder, and I have my Hourglass Mineral Veil powder here. I'm just going to put a little bit into the lid, and what you can do is just tap a brush into the translucent powder and just pat it onto the brow hair like so, and then take your spoolie. What did I do with it? Okay, there it is. You take your spoolie and just run it through. Oh, got some in my eyelashes. And you see how that's lightened up. So you can keep adding a little bit more translucent powder and just lighten it up even more. And I find actually this mutes it into a more natural look. So I kind of really like that, adding that translucent powder into the brow. So that's just softened it. So that's a nice little hack if you get carried away with your brows and they get a little bit dark on you. All right. The next step, which is number 5, another hack, is eye primer. I use the MAC Prep and Prime 24-hour eye primer. I love this. I find it works really well for keeping my eyeshadow on, and it feels really nice on the eyelid too. So what I do though is I take a little bit of the primer, I'm going to put it back here, and I'm going to apply it to my lashes. So I do apply a little bit to the lid. This is my routine. And then I run it through my lashes, like so. And I did do a video a little while ago, and I will put it up in a card for you to watch. And it's how I do my eyebrows and my eyelashes. So it's a whole video on that. So I'm just going to show you very quickly here what I do for that. And then what I would do is I would take my eyelash curler, and I'm going to curl my lashes with the primer on my lashes. Now this primer I'm using, it really almost like a conditioner to my lashes. So it doesn't pull the lashes or anything. It feels really nice. And I find that it helps it curl. But the trick is here is to heat your eyelash curler. And in that video that I had put up for you, you will see how I do it. So I take my hair dryer and I heat it up, and then I would do my curling. So if you want to see that whole routine, I'm not going to do it right here, you can go to that video and watch it. So it does help keep my eyelashes, and when I apply the mascara, it sticks on really nicely and they really curl my eyelashes. So anyway, I like that tip. Okay, and the next one, so that was number 5. And the next one I'm going to do is I have a little tip here for you. And this is the Maybelline Baby Lips. And this is a clear one. And there is some SPF in this, which is really good. I think it's an SPF of 30. And what you can do too is if you want to highlight your face and just have it a little bit glowy, just add, you know what? I just realized I still have my tape here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the tape. Oh my goodness. And you can see that it didn't get into my hairline. And if you have a little bit of foundation, you just blend it around the side of the hairline, like so. Anyway, I can't believe I left the tape on. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of the baby lips to the tops of my cheeks here. And a little bit to the top of my nose. And what it does is just gives a little bit of glow to your skin. So if you're finding your skin is really dry, really matte, and you just want to add a little bit of glow, just add it to your cheeks. And the nice thing is it is SPF 30 and it does protect your skin. So I really love that little tip with baby lips. All right, and another tip I have, which is number 7, is if I'm going out in the evening, or even sometimes when I'm doing some videos for you, what I like to do, because I have sunspots on my hands, and that's from driving without protection on the steering wheel, so it's really giving me those sunspots. So I like to cover them up for special occasions because I am self-conscious about them. And so what I do is I take a MAC Face and Body foundation, because it's a lot of makeup artists use this on sets when they're outside. They use them on the models for their legs and their arms. It's quite a versatile foundation. So what I'm going to do is put some on the back of my hand like so. And then I'm going to take a brush and I'm just going to buff it into the areas of my hand. Now I have matched, this is M3, which is a neutral 3. You could get a really good match to your skin tone. And you just buff it in, and I find it just, you know, softens the look of the spots. And I bring it down my fingers just a little bit. And sometimes, you know what, I would even take it up my arm if I want to cover some of that too. And I'll show you on the second hand here. This is my worst. My right hand is my worst for the spots. So I'll show you. I'm just going to buff it in. I get it really bad right on that knuckle by my thumb knuckle right there. It's probably from gripping the steering wheel. So I'm just going to buff it in. And you could even take your hand and just massage it into the skin. You can do a couple layers and it gives your skin a nice glow. And like I said, it does really soften the spots. So when I'm going out or anything like that, I will put that on and you can't even tell that I have makeup on my hands, which is a bonus. So I really like that tip. And my last tip, which is number 8, it's actually not really a makeup tip, but you know your little beauty blender sponges in the shape of an egg? Well, I had these little eggs from Easter, these plastic eggs. And what it is you can put your beauty blender into this little egg and store it in your makeup vanity or wherever you're doing your makeup. The nice thing, it has a hole in it so so the sponge can breathe and lets it dry out, and it keeps it clean so you're not getting any bacteria floating around and landing on your sponges. So anyway, that's all my video for my makeup hacks. I hope you enjoyed it. Now I have to go and finish my makeup, my eyes and everything. And yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed my hacks. I enjoyed showing them to you. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you all. So many of you have subscribed to me, and I welcome you to my channel. I did hit a special mark for me this month, which meant a lot to me for all of you who supported and subscribed to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. So anyway, have a great day. I love you lots, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.